standing in the way, Carney Lansford.
He's made 108 pitches up until right now.
Lansford singled, scored a run, and twice flied to center. His single went to center. Ground ball to the hole, backhanded by Griffin. Off balance throw is too late, and the A's are still alive.
Griffin ended up right on the foul line. He really made a fine play. Was not satisfied just to come up with it. Tried to get his man at first base, but it was almost an impossible throw for him, and he did make it close.
By a whisker. And so Tony Phillips, as he was walking up to home plate, kept looking back at the Oakland dugout. And now he has reached home plate, so he knows he's up there to bat.
Tony Phillips.
Tony Phillips had an infield single to the hole, struck out and walked. Hershiser trying to help out young Jeff Hamilton as he gestured for the moment.
He gave everybody instructions. Stubbs, the sacks, watch the bunt.
Ball one. Terry Steinbach comes out on deck. So Steinbach would be hitting for Walt Weiss. There goes the runner. They're not paying attention to him. Ball two.
He's got to make sure that Steinbach doesn't get up there. 5-2. He'd be the tying run. So he's going to go off the full windup and bear down on Phillips.
Phillips single, struck out, walked, set up one run, scored one. And going to third on ball three. So Lansford getting a free ride. And now suddenly, and you know he was struggling in the 8th inning, Hershiser struggling in the 9th. And Steinbach waiting for one last shot. And Kirk Gibson knows what you can do with one last shot.
Interesting venue. You know it's a cool evening here, and there was Gibson sitting there, and he was sweating.
There's a lot of sweating going on here.
You can say that again.
3-0 to Phillips. Strike.
One play, you have no defense against a base on balls, and Hershiser knows that.
Three and one. And another one.
Well, he's taken all the way. They're going to make him run out the string. Here we are. And now watch Hershiser regroup.
Three and two to Tony Phillips. Lansford down the line from third with 2 out. Steinbach on deck. 5-2 Dodgers in the 9th. Got him. They've done it. Like the 1969 Mets. It's the impossible dream revisited.
A fastball, 9 strikeouts for Hershiser. He gives up a total of 4 hits, and look at the mob. It looked like he was going to be replaced, but he hung in there. Bulldog is quite a name.
And meanwhile, Jose Canseco quietly goes back to the dressing room. The biggest single gun for the Oakland Athletics, thoroughly muffled in the series. And Mr. Orel Hershiser Sr. can finally relax for a moment. The A's, a great hitting ball club, hit 177 in the series and scored a total of 11 runs in 5 games.
Never would have believed it unless you saw it. You'd have to attribute it to pretty good pitching. Very good pitching.
And especially by the leader on the staff, the master of the house, Orel Hershiser, who has had really the most remarkable length of success of any pitcher I have ever seen.
I tell you, that streak he had, hardly was ever be broken, and he's just been on such a roll, and Lasorda stayed right with him, and you have to give him a lot lot of credit. The 3-0 green light he gave to Davis, letting Hershiser finish it. And look at it.
A reminder, of course, as soon as the players leave the field, Marvin Bobb will be down in the Dodger clubhouse, and you can share that celebratory moment with them. Agree as you watch them file up the runway that tonight's NBC Miller Lite player of the game would have to be Orel Hershiser. Miller Lite happy to present a check for $1,000 in the name of Orel Hershiser to the National Multiple Sclerosis Society. Boy, anytime you can hold the Oakland Athletics to 2 runs and strike out 9, limit them to only 4 hits, you are indeed the player of the game. '88 World Series